Hi everybody. So today I have a few updates. Um, my room is still not done. I had hoped to have it done, but the reason why I haven't been on for a little bit and everything else is because we had another hurricane. And because of the other hurricane, I didn't have power and I didn't have internet. So once the power came on, I still didn't have internet. So what happened was the storm had hit and we didn't get any damage or anything really. It's just a little messy as usual. And what happened was we have these big oak trees all around, and some people have bigger ones than we do. Two houses down, a neighbor of ours has a huge oak tree, but it was kind of dead, and most of the branches has been lopped off, so it kind of killed the tree. But the tree was huge with big branches and it was tall. The trunk was like four of my oak trees, like humongous. And so what happened was the wind started hitting, and there was also tornadoes, so this could have been a tornado in the midst of it, but a real gust, probably around 90 to 100 miles per hour. You can hear it. And my husband and I were sitting there going, what was that? And we heard this gust. It felt like it went right through you, you know? And then we heard crack. And I'm like, what was that? Just as we heard that, the power went out. So my husband went out with a flashlight, what he could go, because we're in the middle of a hurricane. And then he saw that their oak tree fell. But it's lucky that it didn't fall towards the house, because it's like right there. It could have went towards the house and destroyed the whole house, but it went towards the street. So when it went towards the street, it took all the power lines and all the cable and all the internet lines with it. So the whole neighborhood had power. And it blocked us in. We're on a dead end, and we're the last house at the dead end, and next door to us is the woods. So we couldn't even get out of our block after that ended. And we lost a lot of food because we couldn't get ice. I only had the ice from my ice maker that I quickly took my cooler. My cooler is not that big. It's one of those, not the hard coolers, but the soft coolers. And it's about this big by this deep. And so I dumped the ice there and threw what I could put in there. But unfortunately, a lot of our food had to be thrown out, which is money that we didn't have. So now we had to spend all this money, extra money, to get things to make without being able to cook them. I don't even have a little grill. Remember, I just moved in here, so unfortunately I couldn't even throw things on a grill. I couldn't have my coffee. Um, so after cleaning up and straightening up, we were wondering, when the heck can we get out of here? We're trapped. We can't go to the store to get ice. We can't get anything. We didn't have any real food in the house because whatever I had, like bread and cheese was it. And beans. So we had to deal with that. I was almost out of cat food. Luckily, I picked up, because I want to also thank somebody for donating to somebody's donated to my PayPal. So I just want to thank the people that donate, because of you I was able to get the cats cat food before all that hit. So I was able to feed the stray cats, because I will be putting my PayPal link below this video in the description box, and you can always find it on top where my main page is, on the lower right hand corner when you go to my page. Click that and it goes right to my PayPal, and you can donate any little bit. It's not required, but it would be greatly appreciated, because what that does is help me to feed the stray animals and sometimes my own cats. I can't, without those two donations that I got, I wouldn't have been able to get any of the food for the cats. I was zero broke. By the time they cleared, they had to stay up all night with the chainsaw and kind of cut it out. The power company never came. So the guy had to cut what he could, and it also ripped out his own power thing from the house. So even when we got power back, he didn't. He had to get a power back. But him and a friend were chainsawing throughout the day and night, and it's a big tree, so his chainsaw kept getting stuck in the tree. Now you can't tell from the picture that I've been putting in here because you can't see the whole trunk. We got the hedges in the way. It's big. So finally, after a few days, because he got enough of it up, but he made like a maze, so we had to go through all this wood, and the main part of the tree was still there, but at least we can go out and get ice. I can get coffee to drink, and we got a few items that we could eat without heating up. I picked up cat food, so the cats had cat food, both the stray that I'm feeding. There's another stray, but he goes across the street to feed the birds. I also feed the squirrels, and luckily I had all that. Luckily 2 people, thank you very much for donating, because without you, I wouldn't have been able to feed them. Then what happened was, it was Halloween and we didn't have any power for Halloween. So that was upsetting because at that time, before they can cut it, you couldn't even really get through too much. You know what I mean? And one side of the road was still blocked off with the tree. So we didn't have any trick-or-treaters. We had a little candy. We couldn't watch spooky movies. So we made it the best we could with just the best we could with what we had. We had the cell phone, so we watched whatever we could on our cell phone. And Halloween was a bust, really. We tried to make the best we could. And I didn't get a chance to do my paranormal vlogs. I was going to have 2 different guests, 2 different days. I was going to do my Halloween special. Couldn't do any of it. So I didn't even bother. And I've been busy. And I figured I'd just squeeze this in, just let you know, have an update. I had done a few DIY jewelry tutorials, and one of them was this necklace. So you can see what it looks like on. Oops, the little bead went down my cleavage. So the little bead is right here, goes down my shirt here, but if like you had it up, it'd be like, but you can't see it because it's red. It's a Victorian, it's a filigree Victorian necklace. Now I had made these earrings. A long while back, and they match, and this slave bracelet, and this ring, and they're all out of this filigree template stuff that I had gotten off of Amazon from Panda Hall. And I had so much of it, so as some of you might know that watch my jewelry tutorials, that you see me making different filigree jewelry. That's because there's so many ideas with this stuff. So here it is. I really love it. It's a filigree Victorian necklace, choker, whatever. It could have been longer, but I liked it like this. And I had some beads, teardrop beads and acrylic gemstones. So if you want to see that tutorial, go to my jewelry tutorials. It should be the first one there because it was the last thing I did. Before that was a boho one with filigree, and I have some more that I'm trying to get to, but quite honestly, with the eruption of the hurricane and then everything else, I just didn't have a chance. So I just wanted to let you know what was going on. I plan on doing paranormal videos. I still plan on having those guests. Of course, it won't be a Halloween special because Halloween's over. It's kind of, you know, why bother? But I'm still going to do my things. I still, decorating my house has been at a standstill. I'm supposed to be doing this room. My husband's brother's supposed to visit next month. So the next week, I'm going to work on trying to empty all these totes that I covered. There's totes and boxes. I'm trying to empty them and trying to hang things on the wall. We're not going to paint. We ran out of the money for remodeling to finish. It's just hard when you move and everything else. And so, I mean, the paint isn't there. They painted it before we moved in here, but the ceiling is kind of crappy and the ceiling fan's crappy, but we're just going to have to make do. We're going to fix it up the best we can, just hang things on the walls clean. We haven't finished the flooring, so it's this carpet, but I'm going to shampoo it. And we have a big area rug that I used to use in my apartment that we're going to put down and at least fix it up so it's presentable. It's not fancy, but this is just our everything room, our office, our guest room, my craft room, my video making room, my husband's music room. So it's, you know, a multi-purpose room, and but I still want it to look nice. We still had plans, but right now all the remodeling, we still haven't finished the kitchen, the living room, or the flooring throughout. It's unfortunate, but you know, now the hurricane put us back more, because we had to use money that we really didn't have to get all this nonsense. That because all our food went bad, so we had to get other food that you can eat without heating it up. It's just, so anyway, that's my story, but I didn't forget about everybody over here. So that's all I really wanted to say, was just to give you a little tiny update about what's coming soon. There'll be more DIY jewelry tutorials. Hopefully in the future, more DIY home decor crafts. Then the holidays are coming up and I am decorating. Once I'm done fixing this room up, I'm gonna go decorate for Christmas. That's right. It's early, but I don't care. I want it up and out of the way and get into the Christmas spirit and try to get in a good mood. All the storms are done. Stop hitting us. So that's all I wanted to give an update for. I will be doing my everyday vlog, and then I have an update on my paranormal vlogs. So I will be seeing you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.